You guys remember when Rust came out for the first time on console and they promised to release private servers at some point down the line? Listen, the bottom line is, it's been well over a year and we still have no private servers to this day. And before I continue this video, I must give the credit where the credit is due, and it's this man right over here. I really like how this guy thinks. So what I think about doing, or what I think we should do, is gather just enough people, whether it's through Discord, PSN, or even better, the comment section, and group up and just join a random server, just a randomly chosen server with no strings attached, and just group up somewhere in Rust and try to dominate one of the console servers. If this sounds something that you might want to participate in at some point, definitely let me know down below. Once again, this was a brilliant idea. I hope this is something we don't get banned for, but honestly, technically speaking, we're not doing anything wrong either. Just friends playing on the same server, I suppose. If you're watching this video and it's been about a week, chances are that we can probably still use you. However, if you come back months from now, just understand that this offer might not be on the table anymore, and simply because time is the currency we don't have control over. Anyways, I hope all of you are doing well, and I shall return at some point. I hope to see you in the future, and meanwhile, just enjoy the video. Bye. You know you can save 20% on Geico insurance if you try. 20%, dude. Just 20%. I think we can all agree that fancy graphics and high-tier performance is becoming less of a focus in video games, especially if the game seems to dominate in other aspects. And better yet, sometimes all it takes is its own little spin-off and different outlook on things, and you get us hooked once again. Ladies and gents, let me introduce to you the game that might seem to have so many similarities when it comes to other survival games. However, it manages to stand out by its own super simplistic and yet very polished look. Beached. First and foremost, despite how cartoony it might seem, I must admit that the graphics of this game is one of those things why I consider even trying this game to begin with. It's absolutely nothing to write home about, however it did what it was intended to do, which was captivating my attention. If you look this game up on Steam, you'll notice a few things right from the start. 1, it has mostly positive views, which is always a plus in my book. 2, it's free and you're absolutely not losing anything. 3, it will from the start remind you of Rust 99% of the time. As a matter of fact, the game is not even trying to hide it at all. Clearly Rust was a huge inspiration during the development of this game, and I'm not even going to point fingers and hate on these guys, simply for trying out something that's already out there but maybe with a different spin-off, just as I mentioned before. I played this game for a solid 7-8 hours straight, and during my first testing the game performed incredibly smoothly with a consistent frame rate and most importantly no lags at all. Keep in mind the game is in early beta, which can and will completely change during the course of its further development. But with that being said, I only tested the single player, so if you'd like for me to try and do the multiplayer and save you some time, definitely let me know, or you can just literally download the game on your own and play it as you please, because at the end of the day, it is free, folks. You're not losing jack shit. Although I do support and love these guys for supporting and pouring so much love into this development, I will admit that the shooting in this game can certainly use some extra work because it will still feel a little bit weird and clunky at times. However, when it comes to the building element in this game, that's when I wouldn't change a thing. They absolutely nailed it. When you try to play this game for the first time, you'll notice from the start that the developers really paid attention to the little details of Beached. It's an absolutely atmospheric world with little hints from Rust. However, unlike Rust, when PvP is becoming a necessity, I will say I simply did enjoy just running around and doing a little farming for supplies and just testing the waters, so to speak. The grind in this game is very much similar to Rust and does take time to master and get resources that you need. However, once you get the resources that you've been so desperately looking for this whole entire time, that's when you get really rewarding feeling as you accomplish what it is that you wanted to accomplish. The physics are phenomenal in this game. When I tried to place a ceiling with no foundation or a wall to support it, it would simply collapse and make me feel very disappointed and possibly stupid at times. The weather transitions what took me by surprise. There were times I would literally pause in the middle of doing whatever it is that I was doing and just get mesmerized by the snow that was blowing off from the mountains in the distance, or just a simple storm. It's very beautiful and well done in that regard, and I would certainly not change anything about it. The current state of the game is 0.27, which is clearly not too far from its official release. However, based on the game's recent performance, I would say it's safe to say that there is a bright future for this upcoming brawling survival game. They're currently testing their private servers in US East, so expect that to make its way to US West fairly soon. Once again, keep in mind, I only tested the single player. I have no clue how stable the multiplayer is at all, but if this game does well, I'll be more than happy to test the multiplayer side of things for you guys. This is free on Steam, and this was your boy Roos, and I will see you later. Bye.